Now at 6, James River Church delivers Christmas gifts early to some Joplin grade school kids. Plus, Mercy celebrates the completion of a remodel and the reopening of its family medicine clinic in Galena, Kansas. And popular convenience store and gas station Buc-ee's opens its first Missouri location in Springfield.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A local church surprises elementary kids with some Christmas cheer. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins shows us the surprise as organizers give back to the community.
Santa came to the kids at McKinley Elementary School bearing gifts with the help of elves from the James River Church in Joplin.
James River Church has actually been doing this for 25 years, and this year alone we gave out 1,600 gifts. So Santa showed up unexpectedly with a box truck full of gifts. Every kid got a gift with their name on it that was specially picked out just for them.
This is the first time McKinley Elementary partnered with James River Church.
Several that were very surprised, very happy. We had some that thought they were not going to get anything this year, but they were elated.
The principal at McKinley Elementary says now all his students received at least one Christmas present this year.
We are in a lower socioeconomic area at McKinley, so a lot of our students will not receive a super duper Christmas like some of our other students around the area, but this allowed our kids to receive something that they normally wouldn't have gotten.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Wow, looks like some happy kids there. On Christmas Eve, the James River Church will host a live nativity scene. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona is filling in for Doug. She joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Good evening, Dow, and it's looking like a pretty nice evening across the region, the 4-state region, I should say. And now that the sun has set, temperatures are dropping pretty quickly, especially since the winds have really lightened up since this morning. It's 44 degrees currently in Joplin. It's 43 in Pittsburgh. And as we zoom things out and show you the temperatures all across the 4-state, we're 43 in Carthage, 46 in Monet. We're at 46 degrees in Miami, 46 in Welch, 46 in Chanute, and we're at 37 now in Parson. So some of our typical cooler spots drop in pretty quickly. Winds are calm in many spots, otherwise anywhere between 5 and 10 miles per hour. And here's that evening planner. If you're about to head out to dinner, if you want to run some errands, do some Christmas shopping this evening, it's going to be chilly, but the weather will cooperate. We're not going to have to worry about any rain or snow out there, as it will stay dry. Temperatures falling through the 40s and into the 30s as we approach the 9 o'clock hour. The work week is going to feature some above average temperatures. We'll let you know how high the temperatures will go and when a slight chance of rain is back in the picture coming up in a little bit. Dow, back to you.
Tiffany, we'll see you in a few. Mercy today celebrated the reopening of its family medicine clinic in Galena, Kansas. The clinic has undergone a remodel and was temporarily shut down, but today the clinic reopened, and as is Mercy tradition, it was blessed by a priest with holy water.
So today is a special blessing for this clinic that has been renovated for excellent patient care. And the reason why we do a blessing is really to honor God's presence in our ministry and to say God is present here in this space and in these coworkers as we give care to our patients. So we want to acknowledge that with this special blessing ceremony that we do today.
The family medicine clinic is at 111 East 7th Street in Galena. So many people were upset with the proposed new Kansas license plate. The state has unveiled 5 new options and is inviting you to vote on which one you prefer. Each of the 5 designs includes "To the Stars," a Kansas tourism marketing tagline that was unveiled back in 2020. It honors and builds upon the state's motto, "Ad astra per aspera," translated "To the stars through difficulty." To vote on your favorite, just check out the link at KOAMnewsnow.com. Voting is going to end on Friday at 5 p.m. Some travelers in northwest Joplin will have to find a detour for a couple of days. The Joplin Special Road District will close North Central City Road from West 7th Street north to Bell Center tomorrow and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be no through traffic. Missouri's first Buc-ee's Travel Center is now open in Springfield. The Buc-ee's is just north of I-44 on what used to be North Mulroy Road. It's now called North Beaver Road. The huge location offers 120 gas pumps and a large shopping experience. The excitement for the new location is being felt throughout South Missouri. One pair even traveled there all the way from Lebanon to be there when the doors opened this morning.
It's opening day. We got to go. You know, yeah, it's celebration. It's a great time.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple months ago. It's like, dude, we're going to go to this. We're going to go early. It's like, nah, I thought we were kind of kidding for a while, but here we are.
Yeah, we made it happen.
Yeah, it's a big deal for a lot of people. The operations director for Buc-ee's says they're not concerned just yet about traffic issues in that area, but they're going to monitor that for any problems. Coming up, what health officials in Springfield say about this flu season compared to last year. Plus, the Better Business Bureau warns about a door-to-door scam involving people falsely claiming to sell HVAC services. An old scam is making a new appearance. It's a door-to-door sales pitch by someone not with the business they claim. Now, recently, some people in Springfield have witnessed a person going door-to-door pretending to be an AirServe employee. They say they're trying to sell duct cleaning services at a lower price. The Better Business Bureau says there are several red flags you can look out for before giving away your personal information.
Somebody comes again and they can't produce a business card, a company ID, a picture ID, any of those things, that's a red flag. And anybody who comes at you with a high pressure tactic that you must act now, you must pay in cash, but they just want to do it as a handshake, those are all red flags that something is not right.
If you suspect a scam, call the company they claim to represent or call the police, maybe both. Flu season is in full swing around the U.S., but officials in Springfield say the numbers there are very low compared to this time last year. This past week, the Springfield area reported just 24 cases compared to 889 a year ago. That doesn't mean we won't see that yearly spike, though. Officials say chances are it's going to be in the area right after Christmas.
Really expect us to have a spike. Usually it's associated with holidays. So people are traveling, they're getting together with others. You have more potential for exposure. So we really are expecting to see that spike probably in January. Definitely by February is when I would expect to see that.
Getting your flu shot, washing your hands, and sneezing only into your elbow could help to reduce the spread of the flu. And Gesundheit. Tiffany is next with our complete forecast. A little bit later, how federal funding will help Kansas Department of Transportation bring a passenger rail stop back to Wichita.
Good evening and welcome back. It is 6:13. We're taking a live look out of our Cornell Complex camera in downtown Joplin. All is quiet. We are dry all across the 4-state region and temperatures are dropping pretty quickly, all thanks to the winds that have diminished and the clear sky out there. So right now in Joplin, we've dropped to 44 after hitting 53 degrees just a few hours ago. We're at 42 in Lamar. We're at 43 in Nevada. Fort Scott checking in at 45 degrees. Pittsburgh 43. We're at 43 in Oswego, 37 in Parsons, so a little bit cooler there. 46 in Miami, 47 in Grove, and into portions of Arkansas there, 46 degrees in Bella Vista. Now the winds were a bit stronger earlier today, but now they have come down and they'll likely range between 5 and about 10 miles per hour as we go through the overnight period. So things are going to remain quiet tonight and into your Tuesday morning as you're getting the kids up, getting ready to catch the school bus. They'll need to bundle up, of course, as temperatures start off in the lower 30s. Plenty of sunshine, maybe a few high-level clouds out there. You will notice those high and mid-level clouds increasing as the day wears on tomorrow. But all in all, it's going to be a pretty nice day, similar to today temperature-wise, with highs in the middle 50s for most of the region, getting closer to 60 into northeast Oklahoma. Now, Wednesday will feature more in the way of cloud cover, but because of the cloud cover, it won't be nearly as cold Wednesday morning as temperatures start off in the upper 30s. Now I'm going to zoom things out because I want to show you the weather pattern going forward, because we are expecting some changes as we get toward the end of the work week. So we're going to start off where we left off. Here we are Wednesday morning. Wednesday will just feature more in the way of cloud cover. We're going to stay dry on Wednesday as all of that rain and snow stays to our west. Here's the upper level storm system. It's going to get cut off from the jet stream. That means that it is going to be a slow mover across the southern and central plains. Thursday we'll still have a lot of clouds, but we're dry. Friday is looking mainly dry as well, just mostly cloudy. You can see the showers start to get close to northeast Oklahoma and southeast Kansas Friday night, so we'll introduce a slight chance for showers Friday night and into the day on Saturday. But notice the bulk of the precipitation will stay well to our south, so this is not going to be a good rain or a good soaking rain across the four-state region, and we surely need that rain. Now, December typically one of the drier months here in portions of the four-state, 2.6 inches. That's what we average typically for the entire month. So far, only 1/100th of an inch. So our deficit to date is about 1 inch. We're 1 inch below where we should be. And we had a dry November, a dry start to the month of December, so the drought continues to worsen. We're abnormally dry in Pittsburgh and Joplin, but the drought gets worse as you go into central Missouri and also into central Kansas. So we do need the rain. Unfortunately, not many chances for it in our 7 or 10 day forecast here. You can see that slight chance late Friday into Saturday, and then we clear it out Sunday, Monday. Monday's a little bit cooler behind our next cold front. But then as we head into next week, the travel weather's looking pretty good regionally. No ups or downs really in the temperature department. Highs stay above average both in the afternoons and in the early mornings. Dow, back to you.
Can't complain about those temps for sure for December. Tiffany, thanks. Part of Kansas is getting a step closer to a long-sought transportation option. KDOT is getting $500,000 out of a federal total of $8 billion to assist with the planning of a project to expand the Heartland Flyer. It would bring back a passenger rail stop in Wichita, which last existed back in 1979. Reporter Sean Logang talks with those who've long advocated for this route about this latest step.
Wichita sees plenty of freight on the rails, but the potential remains for passenger.
It's a great day for Kansas.
The Federal Railroad Administration announcing Friday the Heartland Flyer extension among about 70 projects to receive funding through the Corridor ID program. It's for the Service Development Plan, a key step in taking passenger rail projects from idea to reality.
The infrastructure improvement needs that are required to operate the service, future operating costs, a funding plan, and really a roadmap.
Corey Davis with KDOT says the work has been underway. The extension would connect Oklahoma City and Newton with stops in Wichita and Ark City and connect the Amtrak Heartland Flyer with the Southwest Chief Route.
It really connects Kansas to the national network. It's not simply Newton to Oklahoma City. It's connecting to Dallas, Chicago, LA.
Back in 2011, there was also a plan developed to create that passenger rail connection between OKC and Newton, but it fell through because of a lack of funding. While those plans now need to be redeveloped, those working on this effort say the present is presenting a better potential.
There's been some track improvements on this corridor just to help move freight better. So some of the stuff that we talked about, I hate to say it, 8-9 years ago, some of those challenges have already been resolved.
KDOT looks to complete the service plan by spring, and the timeline for the project is 6 years. Groups like the Northern Flyer Alliance say there are opportunities to get this fast-tracked.
We're hoping it's more like the 2 to 3. They did promise that they would talk to the FRA when they have that conversation within the next 2 weeks.
The next step is KDOT working with Amtrak and FRA.
Still ahead, 2 Pitt State basketball players are named the MIAA Athletes of the Week. And another Gorilla football standout enters the transfer portal. John Dales has those stories and more for us up next.
More roster turnover imminent with Pitt State football. Just over a week ago, head coach Brian Wright left for Northern Arizona. PSU immediately announced the hiring of Tom Anthony to fill the vacancy. But on Friday, quarterback Ty Pennington enters the transfer portal. Today, wide receiver Colby Katzis announces he is entering the transfer portal. He was the 2022 MIAA Freshman of the Year. In his sophomore campaign, Katzis compiled 655 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, along with 388 yards in kick returns. Katzis and Devin Garrison, who has no college eligibility left after this year, accounted for nearly half of Pitt State's total receiving yards in 2023, and it looks like the Gorillas will need to have some new faces pick up that production in 2024. Over to basketball. Max Alexander and Grace Pyle from Pittsburgh State are the MIAA Athletes of the Week. The conference announced it this afternoon. Pyle set the PSU single-game scoring record on Saturday afternoon against Central Oklahoma. Alexander averaged over 26 points per game while leading the Gorillas to a blowout win over Newman and an upset of third-ranked UCO on Saturday. The Gorilla women play their next game Saturday at Central Missouri. PSU men's hoops off until next Monday against Truman State in Las Vegas. Over to high school basketball tonight, 2 CNC rivals face each other for the first time in the young 2023-24 season. Riverton hosts Colgan, the girls' game between the Rams and Panthers happening right now. Lady Panthers are 3-0 entering this evening, as are the Panthers boys team. Riverton boys hoops hoping to bounce back from a close loss to Frontenac last week. Highlights from both games will be right here on KOAM tonight at 10. Then over to Missouri. Day 2 of the Mustang Classic basketball tournament tips off with Webb City girls hoops facing Springdale. The Bulldogs dominated the CJ Classic tournament just a couple of weeks ago. Lady Cardinals are coming off their first win of the year on Friday. We'll have highlights of this one tonight at 10 as well. Over to the NFL, Week 14 of the regular season wraps up with a doubleheader this evening on Monday Night Football. Starting first with the NFC game, the Packers take their 3-game winning streak on the road to MetLife Stadium to face the Giants. Green Bay starting tailback Aaron Jones expected to miss another game while dealing with injury, so the Packers have elevated former Dolphins running back Kenyon Drake off their practice squad. Speaking of the Dolphins, they're at home tonight against Tennessee. Important game in terms of AFC playoff positioning that Chiefs fans might want to pay attention to. The Dolphins enter this evening at 9-3, in control of the second seed in the conference, a game and a half in front of Kansas City, but the Chiefs do have that head-to-head tiebreaker over Miami. That's all for sports. We're back right after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Parents want answers after an incident involving a Miami teacher and supposedly inappropriate material on a school computer. Plus, tips to avoid packing on those holiday pounds. And it's been more than 2 decades since the movie Home Alone was released. We're going to see how prices at the grocery store now compare to those in the movie. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. And a reminder, we invite you to join us for our last Toy Box Tuesday telethon on KOAM News at noon, 5 and 6 on KOAM TV, and at 9 on Fox 14 tomorrow. We're going to have volunteers standing by to take your donations over the phone during our newscast. Now let's check back in with Tiffany.
And one last look at your forecast. We'll see increasing clouds tomorrow, but still mild, 55. More clouds Wednesday, Thursday, still above average. Slight chance for a shower Friday night, maybe a few more on Saturday. Chances don't look that great, though, but look at those highs and lows, above average through at least the next 10 days. Down.
Tiffany, thanks. Thank you for joining us. See you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.